Here in Nerdland, we love Serena Williams. Remember when we talked with the Venus and Serena filmmaker about what makes these young women so unique in the world of sports? Remember when Serena was playing in her French Open match during the show a few weeks ago? We kept flipping the channel to watch her during our own commercial breaks. We respect and adore the Williams sisters, which is why it gives me no pleasure to address this week's letter to Serena Williams in light of her appalling comments and half-hearted apology regarding the teen girl who survived rape by two high school football players in Steubenville, Ohio. Dear Serena, it's me, Melissa. I was shocked to read your response to Stephen Roderick of Rolling Stone when he asked you about the Steubenville rape. According to Roderick, you said, "I'm not blaming the girl. But if you're a 16-year-old and you're drunk like that, your parents should teach you, don't take drinks from other people. She's 16. Why was she that drunk where she doesn't remember? It could have been much worse. She's lucky. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't a virgin, but she shouldn't have put herself in that position unless they slipped her something. Then that's different." Honestly, I don't know where to begin, Serena. There are so many layers of victim blaming and slut shaming in your words that if I was feeling snarky, I'd suggest you run for Congress, since these ideas make you sound like the war on women Republicans who are running the place. But I don't feel snarky. I feel sad. I'm not sure I can express how much your accomplishments have meant to so many of us over the years. It is not just the sheer athleticism and the brilliant strategy and the game-altering style of your play. We are moved by your uncompromising determination to be yourself, to embrace and flaunt your whole badass Serena-ness. When we watch you, it lifts us and makes us believe in things bigger than ourselves, which is why your words stung so much. We understand you're a woman who suffers no fools, who abhors weakness, and believes deeply in personal responsibility. We love and respect you for that. But you turn those traits against the victim instead of against the perpetrators. Imagine if you had demanded personal responsibility from the rapists. If you'd said, "I don't care if a girl is drunk at a party. You have no right to touch her without her consent. I don't care if you're young and foolish. That is no excuse for rape." Those boys should have had parents who taught them better than to victimize the vulnerable. Where were their parents when they were out late at night assaulting a girl? Serena, did you ever even question, or does it matter to you if her rapists were virgins or sluts? Healing from rape is a long journey. One of the most painful parts for survivors is having to deal with how much we blame ourselves for being assaulted. For years, we tend to believe we caused it, that we're bad, that we're dirty, that we somehow deserve the abuse. Sometimes we just need to hear someone we love and admire and trust to tell us over and over again, it is not your fault. We can't hear those words enough because those are the words that replace the things the rapist said to us. Those are the words that give us back the power and the willingness to go on and heal. Serena, your life and accomplishments have been a light of inspiration for so many. Please don't use your words to push some of us back into the darkness of shame. Sincerely, Melissa.
There's no denying that from the surface, it appears to be some sort of cover-up. But when you look at the finer details, there are telltale signs of this girl actually lying. She is leaving her home at 1 a.m. in the morning, and nobody forced her to drink. And what happens? She gets caught by her mom. She's embarrassed. And the easy way out here is, "Mom, someone took advantage of me." But what did she expect to happen at 1 a.m. in the morning after sneaking out? I'm not saying, assuming that these facts are accurate and this did happen, I'm not saying that she deserved to be raped. But knowing the facts as we do here, including what the prosecutor has set forth, this case is going nowhere, and it's going nowhere quick.
Now, let me just say that the Fox News host absolutely smacked that down immediately thereafter. I want to clarify that that was not like a pro-rape culture moment on Fox News. But that articulation, I think, is one that is exactly what Elizabeth Smart is saying about this purity culture.
Yeah, this summer I wrote a piece in response to the kind of Serena Williams controversy about Steubenville. And one of the things I was talking about was that part of rape culture means that we have a kind of Pavlovian response to when we hear rape occurs, right? Mm-hmm. And what that piece says to me is that not only do we have like this kind of knee-jerk response to blame the victim, but that we actually have a very sophisticated profile of what a victim looks like and why she needs to be blamed, right? So that there was no thinking, no thought process about the perpetrator in this case. What was he doing at 1 a.m. in the morning? Why was he in a place where there was alcohol? And, you know, so to me, how deeply embedded our response to rape is, and how immediately we're going to blame victims is all a way of not just maintaining a rape culture, but also it's the seduction of patriarchy. I think that is so part of rape culture, violence against women and girls, and our willingness or unwillingness not to kind of push back against it, I think, is terrifying.
Many know Title IX as the civil rights legislation that ensures girls and women have equal access to athletic opportunities on college campuses. But the 40-year-old law does more than that. It also protects students against sexual misconduct, sexual violence, and retaliation for speaking out. Yet claims continue to mount that school administrators are failing in their Title IX obligations at some of the nation's most elite universities. In New Haven, Connecticut last weekend, dozens protested Yale University's handling of sexual assault and misconduct complaints, asserting that previous faculty offenders have been given generous six-figure severance packages, while victims allegedly have been financially incentivized to remain silent through non-disclosure agreements, and arguing that Yale suffers with a unique culture of silence. Yale came under scrutiny for its rape policy after the university's own report revealed late this summer that it uses terms like non-consensual sex in place of rape, and several offenders received nothing more than a written reprimand after sufficient evidence was found to support allegations of sexual assault, harassment, or other misconduct. In a statement to MHP Show, Yale asserts Yale has zero tolerance for sexual misconduct, and its policies and practices for addressing sexual misconduct are model for higher education. At the conclusion of its investigation of a complaint against Yale, the federal government concluded that Yale was not in violation of Title IX. Nowhere is the alchemy of rape and alcohol more prevalent than on college campuses.
That's right.